This video is a review and test of the Adam Highland HCB 123 Precision Balance.
Good day, my name is Casper Nienaber and I'm based in South Africa. My full-time occupation involves developing loads for clients, which means I do a lot of reloading. Because of this, precision and repeatability are absolutely critical to me, especially when it comes to weighing. I need complete confidence that every measurement is accurate and trustworthy. And just as importantly, that weighing the same item repeatedly will always produce the same result. In my experience, scales produced by most reloading equipment manufacturers fall well short of these standards. In fact, their performance in terms of precision and repeatability is often very poor. After what felt like a lifetime of searching for a scale I could truly rely on, and after purchasing and testing countless so-called high-precision laboratory scales, I finally discovered Adam Equipment. Adam is a UK-based global company that specializes in the design and manufacture of precision scales and balances. These are the only scales I have ever used that consistently exceed my expectations and genuinely enhance my user experience. Let's dive in.
Let's begin by looking at the technical specifications of the HCB 123. The balance has a maximum capacity of 120 grams, which is approximately 1,800 grains. Readability, which refers to the smallest weight increment the instrument can display, is 1 milligram. Repeatability describes the balance's ability to produce nearly identical readings when weighing the same object multiple times. Adam's specification is 0.8 milligram, while my own testing, which I'll share later, produced an even better result of 0.5 milligram. Linearity refers to the balance's ability to provide accurate readings across its entire weighing range, and is 3 milligrams. Overall, these specifications are extremely impressive, and as I will demonstrate later, my own tests matched, and in some cases exceeded, the manufacturer's claims. The balance features a practical 120 mm pan diameter. It supports multiple weighing units, including grams and grains, with user-selectable options. The reading stabilizes in approximately 3 seconds. Now let's look at the features and benefits not yet covered. The 18mm high, vivid backlit LCD is clearly visible in all lighting conditions. I'll later show how to program the backlight settings. A capacity tracker is built into the display for easily monitoring possible overloads. Balances stack efficiently and safely to save space. Color-coded keys facilitate quick recognition of the most frequently used buttons. Dual tare keys operate with either the left or right hand. A level indicator and adjustable feet ensure proper balance setup for optimum weighing results. A large grade 304 stainless steel pan allows easy cleaning. The solid ABS housing is durable, even for industrial use. The 3-point shock protect feature helps prevent overload damage to internal components, something I'll later prove by massively overloading the balance. A hook is provided for below balance weighing. The HandyCal internal calibration eliminates the need for an external test weight set, which I'll demonstrate shortly. The USB and RS-232 interfaces provide speedy communication with computers and printers. An AC adapter is included. A rechargeable battery, which can last up to 24 hours, is included for operation almost anywhere. This is particularly useful for load development at the range, where mains power isn't available. Programmable auto power off to save energy. An audible overload alarm warns when capacity is exceeded. External calibration allows for verification and adjustment with test weights. Selectable digital filtering helps minimize effects of vibration and disturbances. Parts counting with preset sample sizes. Memory accumulation totals the results. The zero tracking feature ensures that the display returns to a zero reading, keeping the scale properly zeroed at all times. A security slot is provided for an optional lock and cable to help prevent theft. Adam Connect compatible for Bluetooth data transfer to printers and PCs. A 3-year warranty means quality assured for years of use. One of the most impressive features of the Adam Highland HCB 123 is the 3-point shock protect system, which makes this balance virtually indestructible. To demonstrate this, Grant Noble from Adam Equipment South Africa applied a 100-kilogram load, overloading the 120 grams capacity by a factor of more than 800 times.
I'm going to start by loading a 5-gram weight on the balance. As you can see, it is reading 5 on the dot. And now we are going to overload the balance with 100 kilograms. These are 20 kg individual weights, and we'll be loading 5 of them on. It's a total of 100 kg capacity on our HCB 123.
As the third weight is removed, listen carefully for the loud creaking sound. At that moment, I honestly thought to myself, that's it, this balance is ruined.
You'll see it does return to 0. I will then load the 5-gram weight back on. And showing 5 grams.
100-kilogram load on the HCB, which has a maximum capacity of only 120 grams. After this excessive overloading, the balance continues to weigh correctly. What more can I say? This is highly impressive. The Adam Highland HCB 123 you see for the remainder of this video is my personal reloading balance, which I purchased myself and have been using for the past 3 years. Adam Equipment products arrive well packaged and securely boxed with the instruction manual provided on a CD. All Adam scales come fully tested across their entire weighing range, with the test results included in the box. To obtain the best possible weighing results, I follow several essential practical procedures that all users should follow as well. Switch the balance on and allow it to warm up for 30 minutes before use. Calibrate the balance prior to weighing. Use the draft shield to stabilize the environment around the weighing pan and to isolate it from air movement. Never handle test weights with bare hands, as skin oils and body heat can affect readings at the milligram level. Install the draft shield. The calibration method will now be set to internal calibration. To enter the settings menu, press the On button to power up the scale. Then press and hold the Mode button until F1 UNT is displayed. Press the Mode button repeatedly until F5 IEC is displayed. This function controls the selection of internal versus external calibration. Press the yellow Zero Tear button once to display the current calibration weight preference, which is set to INT, internal. Each press of the mode button toggles between INT, internal, and E, external. Select INT, internal calibration, and save it by pressing the yellow Zero Tear button. This also functions as the Enter key. Press the Print button to exit the calibration selection menu and return to the normal weighing mode. We will now do calibration using the internal weight via the Handy Cal feature. To enter the calibration menu, press the On button, then press and hold both the Sample, SMPL, and Print buttons simultaneously until Unload appears. Press the yellow Zero Tear button. The display will read C, INT, indicating calibration by using the internal weight via the Handy Cal feature. Press the yellow Zero Tear button again. The display will read Load. Using the supplied handle, carefully lower the internal weight to its lowest position. Press the yellow Zero Tear button. The display will show Pass, followed by the internal mass value. Press the yellow Zero Tear button to zero the balance. Using the supplied handle, carefully raise the internal weight to its highest position. The internal mass will now be displayed as a negative value. If this reading closely matches the previous value, it confirms the calibration was successful. Press the yellow Zero Tear button again to return the balance to zero. We will now set the calibration method to external calibration. Press the On button and hold the Mode button until F1 UNT is displayed. Press the Mode button repeatedly until F5 IEC is displayed. Press the yellow Zero Tear button. INT internal is shown. Press the Mode button to select E external calibration and save it by pressing the yellow Zero Tear button. Press the Print button to exit the calibration selection menu and return to the normal weighing mode. We will now perform calibration using an external test weight. To enter the calibration menu, press the On button, then press and hold both the Sample, SMPL, and Print buttons simultaneously until Unload appears. Press the yellow Zero Tear button. The display shows A, 60 grams. With the Mode button, this can be changed to 120 gram test weight. Press the yellow Zero Tear button to confirm calibration with a 60 gram test weight. Please note, using proper, well-made test weights, precisely manufactured to a specific mass, is critical when calibrating a precision balance. Calibration is only as accurate as the reference mass used. An inaccurate weight inevitably results in an inaccurate calibration. Open the Adam F1 weight set and put on the white glove. Remove the 50 gram test weight. Open the draft shield and carefully place the 50 gram test weight in the center of the pan. Remove the 10 gram test weight and place it carefully on top of the 50 gram weight, bringing the total to 60 grams. Close the draft shield and press the yellow Zero Tear button to begin calibration. The display will show Pass, followed by 60 grams. Remove both weights carefully and return them to the case. Press the yellow Zero Tear button to zero the balance. Remove the 2 gram test weight. Open the draft shield, place the weight in the center of the pan, and close the shield. The balance correctly displays 2 grams. I will now weigh and record the same 2 gram test weight 50 times to the nearest milligram. After each weighing, I will remove the weight, Wait for the balance to stabilize and return to 0, then replace the weight and close the draft shield. I will show the full process for the first 10 readings only. After that, to save time, I will show only the stabilized readings. Note that 1 milligram, which is the HCB's specified readability, is approximately equal to 0.015 grains and is rounded to 0.02 grains. This value also represents the HCB's readability in grains, meaning the balance displays measurements in increments of 0.02 grains. 2 grams equal 30.8647 grains. When switching to grains using the Mode button, the balance correctly displays the rounded weight of 30.86 grains. I will now weigh the same 2-gram test weight 25 times, recording values to the nearest 0.02 grains. I calculated the mean, average, standard deviation, SD, and coefficient of variation, COV. Let's zoom in on the results. The mean weight of 1,999.86 milligrams is only 0.14 milligram below the true weight of 2,000 milligrams. The mean of 30.8656 grains is only 0.0009 grains above the true value of 30.8647 grains. The SD in milligrams is only 0.535 milligrams, well below Adam's specification of 0.8 milligrams. The SD in grains is only 0.011 grains, approximately half of Adam's specified 0.02 grains. I'm always impressed when a product outperforms the supplier's stated specifications. The coefficient of variation, COV, is defined as the standard deviation divided by the mean multiplied by 100 to express it as a percentage. Here, we achieved 0.027% in milligrams and 0.035% in grains. Surely we can all agree these results are truly exceptional. Through real-world use in my reloading over the past 3 years, the Adam Highland HCB 123 Precision Balance has proven itself to me time and again. That is why I unequivocally recommend it to anyone who takes weighing and reloading seriously, and is also why I became an Adam equipment reseller. There is no need, or excuse, to build frustration into a hobby meant to bring enjoyment and peace of mind. Let's take a look at the HCB 123's parameter settings that can be adjusted by the user. I will only discuss the settings that I personally recommend changing. Adam's default parameter settings are generally well configured for most users, so there is no urgent need to modify them unless you have a specific reason. Do not adjust any parameters that are not described here unless you are completely certain of their function. To enter the settings menu, press the On button to power up the scale. Then, press and hold the Mode button until F1 UNT is displayed. Each press of the Mode button advances to the next function. Press the yellow Zero Tear button to enter the first function, F1 UNT. This function controls which weight units are available. Grams, G, is displayed first. Press Mode to toggle the unit on or off. I set grams, G, to on and save the setting by pressing the yellow Zero Tear button. Press the Zero Tear button to cycle through the rest of the available units, along with their current settings. I also enable grains, GN. To avoid cycling through unnecessary units during reloading, I leave only grams and grains switched on. Press Mode to advance to F2, EL, then press the yellow Zero Tear button to enter. BL, backlight, is displayed. Press Mode to toggle between On, Off, or Auto, AU. I set the backlight to on and save it by pressing the yellow Zero Tear button. BP is then displayed. I switch the beep on and save it by pressing the yellow Zero Tear button. Press Mode to go to F4. Then press the yellow Zero Tear button to enter. This function controls the Auto Power Off feature to save battery energy. Press Mode to cycle through the Auto Power Off options: off, 0, 5, 10, 20, or 30 minutes. I set it to off, 0, and save the setting by pressing the yellow Zero Tear button. Press Mode to advance to F5, IEC, then press the yellow Zero Tear button to enter. This function controls the calibration method. Press Mode to toggle between INT, internal, and E, external calibration. I select external calibration, E, and save it by pressing the yellow Zero Tear button. When in doubt, read the instructions is a common piece of advice, emphasizing returning to the source of guidance, the manual. I'm very confident that you'll enjoy the HCB 123 just as much as I do.